Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am doing some roleplay character portraits, and at the end of the video there's going to be an announcement for my channel. It's something I've been working on for like the past month, and so I hope you guys stick around to find out about the announcement. So I'm going to talk first about these characters, what I'm doing, and so on. So initially I drew these characters in my sketchbook, and I was going to do character portraits of these characters. One of my friends is recording our roleplay sessions. We get together once a week for roleplaying, and so eventually he's going to edit them all together and post them onto YouTube as well. So once that happens, I'll probably do another video announcing that, and I'll post that in the description of that video when that eventually comes out. I don't know when that's going to come out, so I'm not going to make any promises on like a specific date, but that is in the works. So right now I'm just sketching all of our characters that we have. I do 4 character portraits like this in this video. Since this video was made though, we definitely have gone through quite a number of characters. I think we have 3 new characters, and there was one character I didn't end up drawing in this video since he ended up dying early on into the session. So, well, I guess he didn't really die, we just left him behind in a town, so that's why I didn't draw that character. But yeah, it's been a little while since I've done these. I think it's been like 2 months maybe since I've recorded this. I was planning on originally putting this up when my friend started his channel of like our audio recording of our role-playing sessions, but I decided I'd put it up for this week's video since I didn't really have too much planned for this week. With what's coming up, I didn't really have too much time to record a full video for this week, so I decided to just use this old one. Plus I don't want it to be too old when I upload it anyway, and it looked like completely different from my style as well. So yeah, I guess I'll start talking about the characters in order of where they start appearing. So first off, I'm going to be painting Acheron. So Acheron is a male character. He is a Mistborn, and his class is Tattoo Man. So the game that we are playing currently for role-playing is Rifts, and Mistborn isn't a Rifts it isn't a Rifts race. So what we did for Mistborn is we did a homebrew for that, and in case you don't know what a homebrew is and you're new to like the whole role-playing thing, basically the easiest way to describe it is it's just you either make up your own character, I guess, or like race or whatever, and then you go into detail, or you can use like say a character that's already made up in a different book or whatever, and that's what we did. Mistborn is based off of Mistborns from the book Mistborn. And so the book's by Brandon Sanderson, in case you're wondering. And so we have 2 characters that are Mistborns. One is Acheron, which is who I'm painting right now, and another one is my character. And so Acheron is quite a unique character. He pretty much doesn't use his Mistborn powers as frequently as my character uses hers. He more so uses and relies on the Tattoo Man aspect of himself, and uses Mistborn rarely and in really in tight places. He uses his Mistborn abilities. It also has to do with the fact that He was captured beforehand, so he didn't really have a bunch of money to spend on Mistborn supplies, so that's why he doesn't have any like medals and stuff. But more recently we've been getting more money from our adventures, so it's just, I think he's more so used to not using his powers as a Mistborn now and only for emergencies, and he makes fun of Amelia for always using her powers as being a Mistborn as well, which I think is quite funny. And so the next character that's going to pop up here is Hexadecimal, or what we call her by is usually Hex, just since it's easier in like her nickname or whatever. And she is a Lemurian and superhero, and she has a little pet lemur, aquatic lemur, named Skuzz, and more recently Skuzz ended up dying on her adventure. So it's kind of sad now seeing the portrait with Skuzz being in it, and Skuzz is no longer around on our team. So that ended up happening, and Hexadecimal is more of a closed off character. She tends to get close to like one character, and that's it. The one character she did get close to was named Janjo, which I don't end up doing in this video. I don't end up drawing him because he's the one that we left behind in a town. And once she became friends with Janjo and he ended up leaving, she was kind of silent for a little bit. I think she's starting to warm up to a new character that we've run into more so, and she definitely is the one that tends to get us into trouble a lot more. In one of our very early role-playing sessions, she ended up trying to lure a merchant, and she went to pretty much shoot him in the back, and then he ended up turning into a werewolf. And that was not fun for level 1 characters to run into, and we immediately had to leave the town we were in, and we were being chased by werewolves and vampires. So yeah, Hex definitely gets us into a bunch of trouble, more so than other characters. But it's pretty funny when the trouble ends up happening. It's definitely something different. So the next character that's gonna show up after Hex is Amelia, and Amelia is my character. So what she is she's completely homebrew. So she is Mistborn, like I said before, but she is also a Poultrymancer. So she's quite the interesting character, since she's just completely homebrew. So pretty much, I went over a little bit of what Mistborn is, but pretty much what Mistborn is you, like, eat metal, and then it stays in your stomach, and then when you need to use it, you burn it, and then you get, like, certain powers based off of it, like, say, your strength gets better, or you can run faster, you can control people's emotions, that sort of thing, based on different metals. And then the Poultrymancer aspect of her is she can, like, control chickens in a way. She has, like, 2 familiar chickens that she starts off with, and then she can get, like, different powers where she can, like, talk to chickens or, like, have them follow her. She can also say something to a chicken and use magic on it so that when it walks over to someone else, it'll repeat what she had said to that person in that language that she's spoken. And then if the person that receives the chicken wants to, they can also speak back to the chicken, and the chicken will relay that information back to Amelia. which I think it's quite funny since Emilia, at this point where we are in the roleplay session, she has, I believe, 10 chickens following her at this moment, and 2 wolves. And she has started, like, training the wolves, since they obviously aren't supposed to be, like, dogs, but she has an ability where creatures that don't really, I don't know how to explain this, creatures that aren't as intelligent, I guess, all around her end up being, like, super calm, and they don't attack. They don't attack her, they don't attack things around them, and it's definitely helpful, especially for, like, Hex, since the wolves would try to attack Hex based off of her being a Lemurian. And then just, like, having wolves around chickens isn't really a great idea, but they won't attack the chickens because of her. So she's pretty much became, like, a walking pet store almost at this point, which is kind of funny. I definitely don't think the DM approves of this, but that is what's happening. It's quite funny. Also, one of the powers that, what's it called? One of the powers of the Poultrymancer is that she can turn chickens into, like, metal. I think it's called steel feathers. And so I brought up to the DM and I was like, well, since they can turn into, like, metal and have steel feathers, shouldn't I be able to get a power where I can push the chickens, because that's one of the Mistborn powers, is that you can, like, push and pull metal. So I brought up if I can get, like, an attack where I can, like, push on the chickens and then it does, like, an attack. So we're gonna try to make an attack like that that's specific to my character, which I thought was fun. And I think this is, like, my 3rd or 4th role-playing group for, like, sessions, sort of, so it's quite interesting having a homebrew character. I've never had a homebrew experience at all before this, not even just, like, a small one where, like, half your character's homebrew and half of it is, like, in the game. So it's quite interesting having that done, but it is, I feel like, a lot more fun. It's a lot more creative for me to sit down and think of, like, what would be cool, if there should be different abilities, and, like, working on if she's underpowered or overpowered and that sort of thing. I thought it was really cool, especially since, like, my first character was something basic, like an elf ranger, I think, or something like that. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's enough about my character. Obviously, I'm talking more about her because she's my character, I feel like. But anyway, the last character that you will see is Freya. She is a hawk owl, and she's also a superhero as well as Hex. So, Freya is quite the interesting character. I feel like Freya likes to be friends with everyone almost, and so she ends up being overly nice in a way, and then also, like, she gets, like, she doesn't really get hurt either, which is funny. Like, the first boss we went into, she ended up accidentally one-shotting the boss, and then all of the minions went down with the boss. So she's quite, like, in a way, she feels overpowered, but it just ended up being, like, she got a natural 20 and a critical hit, so that's why she ended up one-shotting the boss. She is definitely quite a funny character, and recently she ended up getting stuck in jail and we had to go in and free her, so that was quite the adventure. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I really have to say about these characters. in my next video, I'll definitely go more into detail on more characters and stuff as well. I just want to get more into like the announcement. So for the announcement, I'm going to be posting every single day for 12 days, from Thursday, December 13th to Monday, December 24th. I'm going to be calling this the 12 Days of Artemis. I hope nobody else has made something similar to this, or a name that's similar to this, because this is something I worked on for a while and I searched and I didn't see anything called similar to this, so hopefully, but it is going to be the 12 Days of Artemis. I'll post every single day, and it's going to be a variety of videos, like a sketchbook tour, there's going to be some art challenges, regular drawing videos, and like a video talking about my art goals for 2019. So yeah, I'm super excited. I've been working on this for about a month, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this because I put a lot of time and effort into it. So yeah, I hope you guys will come check out the first video on Thursday. I'm going to try to post on 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'll go more into detail about Artemis and everything in the first video I post. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday for this week. It's definitely weird saying that I'll see you guys on Thursday instead of Sunday. But yeah, thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye!